Good morning.
Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And today is the weekend workout, where all you need is your body weight and a little bit of space. We'll explore our crawls, our single leg squats, and ultimately finish with a couple handstand drills, also with modifications in case you are not ready to handstand.
So we'll be using that A-frame ladder standing behind Lauren there and invite you to grab a stable something or other, like a couch, like a chair, like an exercise bench. We'll be placing our feet on that a little bit later, but first we'll keep the feet on the ground and warm up those toes. We're standing tall, knees and toes facing forward. Just relax those arms, take a big breath. Then knees towards, over those toes, the heel is up. Then we'll point those toes. Now try to avoid making a knuckle or a fist with the foot, and instead just try to roll over, gently cramping up the arch, then back to the ball of foot. We'll do a little rise and then a switch. We're on the ball of the foot, we're hugging to the middle, we'll point the toe, and then without making knuckles or fists, try to cramp up that arch, and then back to the ball of the foot, and right back up, and then down. Right away this time, let's just bend that single leg knee on the other side now, and push that hip through with a full glute cramp, and then up to 2 points, and back down. When the straight leg lands, we'll blend it in with a knee bend, and then push forward, and stand tall. My calves love that today. Let's just do that one more time as we go knees over toes, prepping ourselves for that single leg squat. Then push through, come up, straight leg lands, knee bends to absorb the landing, and then push the hip through, and let's hold our first balance today. We can't spend half hour on our hands, at least I can't. So we'll integrate other balances to wake up that vestibular system, check in with those ribs over hips cues, and always working with the control down. We'll shake that out. We'll start then at the head and neck, and then I'll toss it back to Lauren for more low body. Modify your stance perhaps, open up to a nice comfortable place for you. And at the head neck, start with a little chin tuck. Then lightly push the face forward, so that's an extension of the neck, that you'll end up looking towards the ceiling. Then bring the chin back in and repeat that flexion. Nice little wave here. So the chin is down, the chin is forward, up, and then crown of head high. Let's just repeat that one more time of chin down, face, chin forward, up, and then just finish with the crown of the head reaching nice and tall. Let's do shoulder blades first, and then the same movement through the rib cage. So with the shoulder blades, light effort, elevate, light effort, push apart or spread, and then easy effort down. Repeat again. Elevate, retract, and down. Now, bend the elbows towards this W position and gently ask permission to push those elbows forward.
Can I please push my elbows forward?
Push your elbows forward. And then at the shoulders again, or the shoulder blades, elevate, forward, up, forward, protract, down to press. And one last time, elevate up, retract, and down. And then for the very last series here, we'll go arms overhead. Elevate. That will be a very helpful position for the handstand. Pull down. That's a helpful position for our kettlebells. But in today's handstand practice, when the hands are on the floor, really consider elevating those shoulders. Now let's pull down with straight elbows, and then just pull down as if we're mimicking that chin up, back to this rax position, and then extend. Now the last move for me right now is that body wave through the rib cage. So it starts with a little bit of a chin tuck, and then that flexion or rounding shape down forward. Then push the extension or the sternum forward there, and then a very casual back bend without losing the tension on your abs, and then pull back down and push forward. Lauren's side profile shows this movement the best as she's about to go up, and a little bit of a caving in the back shape as we round, and then go forward, push through, little bit of an up, keep the shield on, and let's just do that one last time here of pushing forward, squeezing your glutes, and then just kind of meet back in the middle with a casual wiggle to sort it all out. We'll do more, of course. Until then, take it away, Lauren.
Let's do a little hip opener today. We'll start with our feet in those slightly turned out positions, and we'll point a leg to the side. We'll stand tall on that standing leg or straight leg and lightly push that hip forward to really feel that butt cheek, maybe even feel that little Timbit-sized dimple in there.
Got it.
It's a great dimple. Then toe ball heel, pull yourself across. Same thing other side. Squeeze the cheek, extend the hip, feel the foot gripping the floor, and then we'll come back on that first straight leg. This time with the leg out to the side, we're going to turn the leg in internal rotation, hiding the inseam, and then we're going to rotate the leg open, showing the inseam or external rotation. Let's do that again. Lightly have your big toe connected to the floor, so we're reaching long. We have a little bit of added stability, and then open up. Toe ball, heel, land, pull yourself across, get stacked first, keep the connection, turn the leg in. Turn the leg open. Noticing nothing else is moving here, but that leg in the socket and that internal, and then to that external rotation. Pull yourself across. Let's add on a little bit. We'll take that leg, keeping the inseam forward, draw a circle to the front, and repeat the same move when the leg is out front. Turn the leg in. Holla. Turn the leg open. Repeat again. Turn the leg in. Turn the leg open. Keep it open. Draw the circle to the side, nice and controlled. Toe ball, heel, land. One more time on the other side. Point, stack, draw the little circle to the front. Then turn in, hiding inseam, turn open. I personally like my hands on my hips, one more time each way, to ensure that they're staying nice and steady and I'm not hiking from that low back. Rotate the leg open. Let's land in center, and then again find a little wider balance. So push down to go up, heels are forward, knees are nice and straight, but then I take that back. Could you bend your knees a little bit? And then press back out of that. Land on the heels, push the floor away, bring your legs together. We'll make our way to the floor to do the ever important wrist warm up. Continuing through those legs, we'll bend the knees towards over the toes, peel the heels up, land softly on the knees with one or two knees at the same time, extend the hips, and then walking back, hip hinging, landing through the fingers first, and then connecting the palms to the floor. Now let's revisit the shoulders here for a second. Lightly shrug the shoulders up, important in our handstands, but not yet, so pull the shoulders down. Then look down at those elbow pits. Are they rotated backwards, or are those blood donations rotated forward? I want you to keep them rotated forward and straight as best as you can. Now, also important in our handstand is wrist mobility, such as that extension. So let's try to drift forward, shoulders towards over fingers with nice straight elbows. Then use your fingers to press yourself back. Let's repeat again. I pull on the floor, drifting myself over. Elbows are still straight. Fingers are heavy. Push back. One or two more times here. Create a connection through all of the fingers in the full hand so that callus line is connected. The palms are connected. The fingers, last one. Then we'll press the palms away first in that first knuckle position, and then we'll ultimately flick away those fingers. Let's do a 180 on those hands, spin them right around. Land fingers towards the knees, then callus line, and then full palm. Again, go back to the shoulders, shrug up. I don't know, but I do, so I'm gonna pull them down. Keep the elbows nice and straight. Lightly sit back, but keep those palms fully connected to the floor. Lats are engaged, light abs here as we sit back. Rock forward again. Try to add an elbow bend, keeping the palms connected to the floor. And then continue sitting back on that elbow bend, now peeling the palms away. Fingers flick. Give that a little shake out. I think we should stand ourselves back up.
Sounds good.
And take it from there. Hips extend, toes tuck, rock yourself back. Ooh, ooh. Stay on your toe points. Press up. And then control the down. Great job.
In previous weeks, we continued to go to the zoo, crawling on the hands like elephants and bears and crab hybrids. We'll do that as well. But first, let's just go to the
time
horse
zone
exhibit. Very close. Utilizing those movements in the movement clock for sure. So we're back to those turned out feet, and we'll implement our squat position. We'll transfer weight to a single leg, and we'll reach on the diagonal, landing toe ball heel. Pull, and then push out that back leg, ensuring the hips stay forward. Then return the heels underneath, and then transfer to the other side. Toe ball heel with a straight leg. Pull. The front leg bends, the back leg stiffens, then we bend both together. Diagonal, feel the pull. Push out that back leg with a nice straight knee, heels together, and final time, toe toe ball heel, feel the pull effort, complement that with a push, heels together, and then we'll stand up. Make sure there's some room behind you. We'll do the same thing in reverse. It's knees over toes, weight transfer to my left side here as I reach back, full foot landing, push to the front leg that it straightens, the back leg bends, heels together. Back, land toe ball heel, push to the front, back leg bends, heels together, and one last time each side, push to the front that it straightens, back to a squat shape, and final time to the back, toe ball heel, push, heels together, and then push those hips forward, and again, a little bit of a shake.
Excellent. It's time to get the core fired up and visit our first elephant. So let's use our forward fold to get there today. Warm up that spine, warm up those hammies. Either in T-Rex position or with your arms across your chest, pull your shoulder blades together. Let's start at the head and neck. It slowly flexes forward. Then we go through those upper vertebrae or rib cages as we try to, probably only have one rib cage, but rib cage as we try to round forward. Let's pull that belly button in, stay weight forward on the feet as we end up in the fold position. Then you can let your arms go and you can dangle a little bit here. Breathe. Oh, this feels really nice.
Yes, it
so
does.
Take a second or two more here. We had a wicked ballet class yesterday where we held our legs and did so many rises that we're feeling it today. Then we'll walk ourselves forward out into that plank position. In our plank position, our hands are under our shoulders, our hips are up, our butt cheeks are squeezed, and our abs are braced. We're warming up those wrists with some weight into them. We're breathing. Now we're going to tip our tailbone to the ceiling, lift our hips, and walk or lift back into that elephant position. Breathe. Stay here for a second. Prioritize that anterior tip in the hips. And then again, pull yourself back through to that plank. Hold. If I came through the screen, lifted up both your feet, I could lift you into that handstand right now. Lift the hips. This time, flick the floor away with one leg. We're in a 3-point elephant. Hips are square to the floor. Leg is long. Breathing. Pull yourself back through. Repeat other side. Flick. Lift. Hips square. Breathe. Pull through. One more time on each side. Trying to get into a little bit of that wrist extension as you come into your plank. So try to pull the shoulders over top of those wrists, elbows straight. Flick the floor away. Keep the hips square. One more time into that plank for 3, 2. Now lift the hips. Try to walk the feet to the hands this time. Keep them tight to the floor. Peel the palms away. Tuck the chin. Stack yourself up. Use your muscles. Head last to land. Wow.
Nice. Nice. How you doing?
Great.
How does upside down feel for you today? Comments, likes, subscribes, they're all welcome, but hopefully you are finishing that last sip of coffee and enjoying your workout practice here. Lauren mentioned that single leg squat. Let's just get right to it now. We have more crawls coming our way as well. Pull up a single leg to the ankle, and perhaps just holding that balance is a challenging enough move for you today, and feel free to use a balance aid to your side to help. Then if that's all good, let's do a single leg knee over toe. Lauren mentioned that cow hip or anterior tip on the inchworm/elephant there. Keep it here and extend that hip all the way through. Let's just do that one more time on this side for now. As we could descend, we need that soft ankle and a cow-like tip so the leg has somewhere to go. And then power up with the butt, push through. Land on the other foot with the toes first, and then push the hip through to fully connect the heel. Repeat on the other side. Hold a nice balance, and maybe closing your eyes is a nice way to challenge that as well. And then we'll descend into our squat, cow hip, soft ankle, push through, finish tall. Repeat one last time, knee over toe, maintain your breathing. Great upper body there, Lauren.
Thank you.
And then push through.
I've been practicing every week with bars and bells.
For the past 3 years, yes, we have. So here we are. That's our squats. We'll continue progressing through those skills. But until then, back to some crawls, I believe.
All right, let's do one more crawl. And let's make it our bear crawl. I'd like that core to be fired up just a little bit more before we get to our handstands. So we'll use our hinge this time to come down to the floor, tip ourselves forward, and first just establish your strong bear position, which is on all 6s, 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 feet. Then you could pattern this on 6 points, or we could hover those knees off the floor. Just a little bit off the floor. Fancy bowl of water on your back. Opposite hand and foot will take a forward step. We're peeling the hand away from the floor. We're trying not to twist from side to side. Pushing ourselves forward or pulling ourselves forward. Last one more step. And then if you could stay hovered, could you pattern that backwards? So again, opposite hand and foot. Staying the same height. Trying not to spill that water, so a lot of core tension. Then hands underneath you, knees underneath you for 3, 2, hips lift. Feet walk to hands again. And we'll unfold ourselves back up. I know we hinge down, but we'll fold up or unfold. Oh, how did that feel in those abs?
Feels good. I feel good connections to the floor, checking in on those wrist endurance skills as well. We're feeling definitely fired up on the abs. So let's continue our squat. And then next, I believe we're doing some step-ins for that handstand. Pull in to that single leg squats position or ankle balance. And then do a single leg knee over toe. Once you're at your safest lowest position, tap down with the other leg like a kickstand. You might be able to get a little bit lower and then take that away and extend that hip through, cramping those glutes at the top. 2 is a nice number for today. Whew, maybe even 2 is a lot for the balance here. So we'll go down on our squat, little kickstand, a little bit lower, take the kickstand away and push through, finishing tall. Then tap the other foot down and then push the hip through to connect the heel. Same thing other side. Pull up to the ankle, knee bend over toe, up and down. Lauren's posture looks great. Then tap down the kickstand. Perhaps that can help you get lower. Then pull up to the ankle and extend through. If we are using that balance aid, a light touch versus the death grip. Don't let the bar help you. Just let it help you enough. Tap down, lift up, push through, toes down.
Sorry, I couldn't wait any longer
and
for
shake.
talks.
The time under tension is tough for sure.
All right, it's our first set of upside downs today.
Yes.
So let's start with those step in, kick up, tripod, kick up entry. Go first, I'll go second, we'll go in the side, go you, go pattern, pick one of us, rest with the other person. Hands are on the floor, spread out wide. We're in a staggered stance, 1, 2. Elbows are nice and straight, shoulders are now elevated into your ears. Shift your weight forward over your hands and let's just get some baby air here. So a little kick up. You might switch your feet right away. You might do a couple on one leg and then switch legs. Do practice both legs right now. Once you're comfortable with that baby air, you might get a little teenager air, which is a little bit more. And once you're comfortable with teenager air, we're getting into the adulthood here, towards the upside down. You can't peak when you're a kid. You got to keep learning, keep going. Flick the floor away, stand up tall. Enough of those analogies.
I have heard of those baby airs before. Those other age groups. I know what she means though. Start low, start small, and we can grow from there. So again, it's very quiet, and that's a good thing. It's heavy on.
Whoops, I missed the teenage years.
Missed right to adulthood on there, Lauren. So taking your time, nice scissor switches, what Lauren's doing where she goes up with one leg and then leading down with the other. And just enough to say, hey, I like that exercise, or whoa, that's a little aggressive, and perhaps go back to the planks position or just some of those wrist mobility warm-ups in between.
Let's do it again.
I'm in.
Ian's turn. I'm taking a little wrist break. We're going 4 to 8 here, not too many, just getting some time upside down. Not only do your wrists have to get used to it, your brain has to get used to it. The other thing, if you have been working on these kick-ups for a while, you're trying. Every time I do a drill practice of kick-ups, I'm trying to always find the perfect amount of kick-up to get straight up into that overhead position. Not too little, not too much. Goldilocks it.
Just right. So, error on the side of not enough versus that too much. Lauren's staggered stance is beautiful, holding that well-timed hold there, Lauren, where that leg out the back might help you stay upright versus too much momentum coming forward. But again, a gorgeous scissor switch.
Sometimes you just gotta quit while you're ahead.
Awesome. Back to that single leg squat. A little bit more time under tension. It's hard. Lauren's not a fan of this. That's why we're gonna do it. So we'll pull up to the ankle.
Thank you.
We'll go our single leg squat all the way down. Then open the knee to the side and just keep that hip forward. and then close the knee back to the front and push the hip forward, fully cramping the glutes. Then repeat one more time. It's that knee bend over toe, getting safe low. Keep the hips facing forward, same with that upper body chest. Knee is to the side, and then pull the knee back to the middle, push through, toes down, hips through, and a switch for 2 on the other side. Knee bend over toe. Push the hip forward, making sure we avoid the twist rotation, and then adduct or bring that knee back to the midline and extend the hip tall. One more time. Knee bend over toe. Full foot tension, including all the weight on the heels, the toes, the big ones and the small ones. The knees point to the side. Return it to the midline. Extend, toe, ball, push through to get the heel down.
Oh.
More to come.
All right. We did the kick in, or oh my goodness, the tripod entry. Now we have that step in entry, Ian's favorite. So with those arms overhead, already in that hollow shape, well, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, shoulders elevated, soft landing on those hands. Again, start with baby air. How much does it take just to get a foot off the floor? Alternate your leg, maybe every other, maybe do a couple on one leg and then a couple on the other, but find time to practice that. Again, when we do this one, I like to think about, there's like a little picket fence here. Maybe not picket, that's a little vicious. A little fence, and I'm trying to get up and over that fence. Up and over, pulling the belly button in, lifting up and over here, alternating your kick-ups, and then again, pushing the floor away to get back up to tall.
Nice. Little winded, feeling pretty good. Always give yourself that opportunity to check in. So Lauren has that hollow body shape, elevated shoulders, pointed toes, straight legs, and right now, looking somewhere between the baby and the teenage area there, and then climbing all the way up to that gorgeous handstand line. A couple in a row. There's lots more to do here. Ooh, great save there. There is such a thing as a bail, and it's not a bad word. We do want to make sure we can bail safely, which is why we do some of those twisty, turny crawls like happy, crazy cats to make sure that we can control ourselves in those more vulnerable positions.
All right, Ian, one more set of kick-ups there for you. A quick one. Again, just practicing landing on the floor. So just like we do every time in our wrist warm-up, we land through the fingers, through the callus line, through the palm. So we're not just jamming our wrist and our hand into the floor. We have to take care of these in order to be able to handstand. Breathing, alternating the legs, pushing the floor away, finding that nice line, pointing the toes.
Nice. And if you do find yourself upside down in the gorgeous handstand, celebrate that. Sure, we're working with some kick-ups here, but if it was just right, spend some time there just to educate your body on what you did to make that happen. There we go. And again, that's that trail leg scenario for Lauren, just giving yourself a little bit of that safety net, but gorgeous toes to the ceiling then as well. And then we're down. Okay. And we're back to our legs, and then we'll be using this apparatus in the back to spend a little more time upside down in that inverted L version of our handstand. So let's pull up to the ankle, but this time let's straighten the knee out front. Now we'll do our single leg squat out the front, and like Lauren had us do in the warm-up, then take it from the front to the side. Keep the hips forward. Return it back to the front. Leave it extended, and as you stand, let it come up even higher.
Did you not hear we did ballet yesterday? Were you not there for that?
Return it to the knee or standing position like Lauren, just give it a little bit of a rest on the quad. And then one more time, we'll extend it out front. As we go down this time, could that leg go even higher? And then open that leg to the side and breathe. And then back to the front. Push the hip through, casually bend the knee, ride the leg down, landing toes, and then push the hips through, finishing tall. Shakes are always welcome. Repeating 2 repetitions on the other side. Pull up to the ankle and extend the leg. Knees bend over those toes out front, and then utilize that turnout action in the hip to take the leg to the side. Hold for a second, bring it back to the front, taller yet again as you rise, and then maybe find yourself at the knee. Then out to the front. Let it go higher as you go lower. Stay low as we round that leg towards the side, and then back to the front. Taller yet again, with control bend, toes, and push the hips through. Shake it. The apparatus time.
All right, so whether it's a Chesterfield, I wanted to throw that at you, an ottoman, coffee table that's not going to slide on your carpeted floor, workout bench because you have one, find something. If you don't, climb a wall or do something else. Fling your elephant around, try your kick-ups again. In this next drill, we are going to slowly climb whatever object you have. It doesn't have to be high. That would probably be the base of a couch right there, or we happen to have this handy ladder. Now, all you're trying to do here is get your hips stacked over top of your wrists. We have this lovely straight line. We're using those toes to push us, and we're just working on getting stacked. This isn't easy. I will tell you that much.
I'm not sure if the clock was set, but we're aiming for about 15 seconds. And sometimes time stands still, or it goes very, very slowly while you're upside down. So I'm going to say it's about 15 and invite you with Lauren to do the same thing. So we'll start a little bit away with the hands. And then using those hands, we'll push ourselves back to that inverted L position. And again, we're stacked. We have a gorgeous line from the wrist, elbow, shoulder, and all the way up into the hips. Lauren might spend there for 3 more seconds, just going over that checklist again. And with control, come on down and shake out.
Oh.
Is that a double repetition as well, Lauren?
A double repetition, meaning go again?
Go again?
Yes.
Okay, and performance enhancing tips. Tuck in those
t-shirts. Tuck in your shirts, helps your handstands. All right, so hands are spread out. All of your fingers are connected. I personally, when I'm in my handstand, have the slightly bent fingers, so there's a little bit of space under my knuckles. Ian's hands, a little more push towards the floor. Find what works for you. Connect your callus line, connect your palm. Turn on the time for your partner. 3, 2, and then safe dismount.
Whew. Cues for a safe dismount, or realities of a safe dismount, is quiet and controlled. Give yourself that opportunity to get into that position with control and reinforce it that it was okay to get there by getting out of it slowly. So 15 has started just a second ago for Lauren. And again, fingers are gripping, they're turning white. She's breathing. I, in that movement, was looking at the ladder behind me. But in my handstand, I typically look at the hands below. And that was about 15 seconds.
That was enough for me today.
Good job. And then a little bit of that shake out.
Feng shui off there on that side of the room.
Well, what do you think, Lauren?
I think we should end with 30 seconds of fun. Woo! What 30 seconds of fun means is that, do you want to clear that out?
We'll clear that out of the way.
Is that you have 30 seconds of free time. You're either practicing your plank, you're practicing your elephant, you're practicing a crawl we did in the past couple of weeks. You could even be practicing a single leg squat. But we do encourage you for this time, a wall climb. We do encourage you for this time to spend that whole time on your wrists, building up that endurance. So today's clock is set for 30 seconds.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try to do a kick-up handstand.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, the clock is also analog, so occasionally we have to look at it. We are going to start the analog clock in 5 seconds. If it gets quiet, it's because we're upside down and can't talk. 3, 2, here we go. And we're at 35 seconds because you can't buzzer in analog.
Yes.
So take your time there, coming down. How'd those wrists feel? Check in. Ooh. Felt great today. Thank you very much for joining us.
I see stars, or maybe I'm just looking at Lauren here, or you out there. But take your time as you do spend that time upside down.
What I hope you see is likes and subscribes. We're getting so close to that 1,000 marker.
Bring it on.
So tell your friends, sign up with all your emails, and stream bars and bells anytime for a light practice. Even if you do the first 5 to 7 minutes of this throughout your workday, you feel those benefits as you continue with consistency.
And this wraps up our week, 3 sessions, half hour a week, half hour a time rather, for an hour and a half a week at the Bars and Bells online studio. So next week, the semester continues with Tuesdays, strength and swing class, specializing in get-ups and squats. Thursdays, We're on the other side of the room at our bar practice where we'll specialize in plies and presses. And today, we'll look forward to continue having fun with you upside down, working on those bodyweight skills like the crawls, the cores, and the handstand.
In the meantime, be sure to check out our Patreon page as well as our website and our newsletter. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.